Hey guys, SimCoder here, and today we are going to do the profile management tool for the driver. It is really similar to the customer settings activity, so we'll just do some copy and pasting around and just make sure you follow this lesson and change exactly the childs that we need to change in order to achieve this process. So let's get right on with it and go into our project. And first of all, we are going to create a settings button inside here, and to do that just copy the logout button, but now call it settings. Okay, settings as a name, and then layout gravity and align. Why isn't it right? Oh, it is already there. So okay, let's grab this and go into the driver map activity, and up top we are going to create a button, and we can just place it here and call it end settings. Then go below in the onCreate activity and just call the find UI ID in order to associate the button with this activity. Now let's do the set on click listener. Set on click listener, new on click listener. I'm going to try to move fast because we have a bunch of things to do, so if you have any trouble with it, please let me know in the comment section and I'll try to help you understand something that you don't. And if you don't understand it, you can always go into the lesson where we did the customer settings, and it is the same basically. So now let's create the driver settings activity. We can create an empty one. So yeah, driver settings activity. Let's just let it do its job. Okay. Activity driver settings. We can close the driver map, we don't need it, and the customer map as well. We'll use it later, but not for now. Okay, so now we are going to create an intent in order to take us to the driver settings activity. So we can just copy and paste that and just call it driver settings activity, and that's it. You can close this. And now we are going to open the customer settings activity. But first of all, let's do the layout, because without the layout you can't really do much. Open also the activity customer settings and just Control All and Control C, Control V. And now we are going to change the names. We actually don't even need to, but let's just, or do we take care of it later? Yeah, let's make another one which will be the car. And in the next lesson I'll probably show you how to associate to GitHub, so not that one, but after that we are going to start working on different types of Uber, so UberX, Uber Black, Uber Green, and how the user can choose between all of those. So yeah, but for now we are only going to have a car, which will be easy because it is the same as the other ones, the other edit access, so no problem there. Input type, we can remove that and be whatever he wants. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we can use this, it's all good. Can close that and open the customer settings activity. And we are going just to copy and paste that inside. Please keep in mind that you have to change, only copy after the name. Actually, Okay, let's copy everything. There's no need to go around the bush here. And now let's make the changes to make it work. So in here it is not driver customer settings activity, it's driver settings activity. And in here it is important to change because it is activity driver settings and not customer settings. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, no errors should pop up because it is basically the same. And now let's just first of all add the car edit text, and what it is here. So car field, now the car in here, okay, so let's add, oops, okay, let's add the edit text, car, and now just make sure you follow all of these steps, because if you fail even one, the app won't work and it will be a pain in the ass to try to find the error. So in the get user info, we must get another one, which will be the car, and so just copy and paste that and say car, and then car field. Okay, so I'm just going to move down and see what we need to change. So let's go up top, and in the M driver database, so I'm actually going to change that just to keep it clear for everyone. M driver database, instead of customer, it is drivers or driver, I can't remember, so yeah, drivers, yeah, that's right. Now we must change this to driver database, again driver database, file storage. In the file storage we are going to leave it like this. Profile images is going to take up every image, driver or customer, so yeah, we don't need to do anything else there. It's all said and done. Now what we need to add is the driver's car, so car and car equals to car field dot get text dot, yeah, so so the driver settings activity is done. Now all we need to do is to show the customer the driver's info, and this is the part which is a bit different from the driver map activity when we get the customer info, but yeah, it is easy, so don't worry about that. It is again basically the same. So let's go into the driver's map. Actually, we are going to use it again, driver map, scroll up top just to be on the same page, and activity driver map. Driver map, no, sorry, I'm confusing, it's customer, obviously, because we already did I'm confused now. Yeah, we did the customer and we showed on the driver map activity the customer's info, so now we need to do the inverse. So we are saving the driver's info and saving it and showing it on the customer map activity. So I was right, we don't need that anymore. We need this, and now go into activity customer map, and we are going to add how can you say it, the layout that's going to actually show everything. So we are going to grab that layout from the activity driver map, and the layout is the last one. So in here we have the customer info, just grab it and place it here. Now I'm going to make a change, or will I? Okay, yeah, I'm going to add another linear layout, because in here we have the buttons, so it is a bit different, but that's okay, it will work out just the same. And say orientation vertical. And now I'm going to change the names from customer to driver, because it is the driver's info and not the customer's info. Driver. Driver. Okay, so that's all said and done with. We need another text view for the car. Driver's car. And now let's just remove the gone just to see if it shows up. Okay, so we need the gravity bottom, it is important. And width is match parent. Width, not height, width. So yeah, match parents. And now why is it, okay, destination we don't need. And now it is all there, so yeah. Let's go into the customer map activity. And now we are going to grab the driver map activity, because there we are already showing the customer info, so we have all that we need here. So grab these three last lines, so we have the customer info, customer profile image and everything else, and we are going to change it. We are going to change the name just for a matter of convenience and to be easy to read the code, to driver. Driver, and now instead of destination we are going to type car. So that's it. Let's grab everything else to save some time. So all the find view by IDs that are necessary and that are corresponding to these variables, we are going to paste them inside here and just copy and paste it. So now driver, don't forget to change the ID, otherwise it won't work. Driver name, driver phone, and driver car. So that's it. And now let me just check one thing. Okay, so and now we are going to show the driver info after we get the driver location, just to make things a bit softer and to keep a logic behind all of this. So let's go into, after we get the closest driver, we get the driver location. And let me think about one thing. Get driver location. Okay, no, I don't believe that makes sense. So let's do it inside here. Get closest driver. Yeah. So it finds looking for driver location, and we can also do it in here. So get driver info. Yeah, I believe that makes a lot more sense, so let's go with it. And now let's grab the get customer info, which is here, get assigned customer info, and let's just copy and paste that. And now we set the mDriver info set visibility to true. Let's just first change this, get driver info to true, yeah. Okay, so then in here it is drivers, close that to be easier to see, and now is driver found ID, because this driver found ID is the driver that was found in here, so the closest driver to us that's available right now for work. Okay, it is really important to keep those things in mind. Now let's say driver and driver name and driver phone and the mDriver car. We'll place it below. So car and driver car. And here is mDriver profile image. And now all that's left is to clear all of this when write is either done or cancelled, to clear all of this and to hide the driver info. So to do that, we simply go up here, and when the driver is cancelled, we know right away because this all is called upon. So we can actually just copy the paste from the text from here, which it's this. Okay, copy that. It is in the get assigned customer. This is what we use to clear everything up when the customer cancels the activity on the driver map activity, but it is the same for the customer map activity. So we can just change this to driver, and it isn't mDriver destination, it is mDriver car. Clear that up, and that's it. I believe everything is done. Let me just double check, not the driver map activity but the settings activity. Customer settings activity, wait, no, driver settings activity. So yeah, always double check every child, because that's a really common place for an error. Let's check in here. So we get the driver info and we go down here to users, drivers, driver found ID. So yeah, it should be working. Let's run the app and see if everything checks out. Okay, so before that I ran the app and I found an error, which happens, everything is working fine, but when you cancel a ride, the whole data is lost when you cancel it, because, and let me go inside customer map activity, in here where we cancel it, as you can see, we set this to true, and when you do that, then everything inside is lost, so all the information is lost, and yeah, that's not going to work out. So what we are going to do is to say dot where was I? Okay, dot child, and now we are going to say how customer request, I believe we said it, no, get reference, let me just check one thing, yeah, customer request. So we are going to remove this customer request, and by doing so we no longer have this problem. Now we have another that we need to fix right now, because if we remove this and the user doesn't have anything else inside these shells, then everything will be erased. So we gotta make sure there's always something there. So what I'm thinking of is, in the moment of registration, we force the user to create something. So let's go inside the registration. Driver login, and we do the registration in here as well. So yeah, and now instead of setting this to true, we are going to add another child and set that one to something. So child, let's say name, set value, name, I don't know, let's set it to true. No, let's set it to name to keep a string. And yeah, the most logical thing to do here is to force the user to register a name inside the registration. Actually, yeah, let's put the email. Yeah, that would look nicer. Let's put the email, for example. And now every time the user registers, there will be a child name with the value email, and that way you can remove this value, the customer request, at the moment of cancellation or the drive has handed, without any problem. So let's run it and see if that problem is worked out. So I believe that fixed the problem. Let's take a look at it and go to settings, and this user is this one right here, the JKTZ whatever. So let's give it the name of driver's name. Doesn't need to be anything fancy, whatever. And the car, let's say Mondeo, whatever. So yeah, let's try to add a picture, and it confirmed, and it saved successfully. So now let's test if the driver info appears here, and if that error that I found earlier is fixed, and we can actually cancel the ride. So let's say send. Let's say send in here, so that the drivers available can update. And now let's call Uber. We don't need a location, and it is working. As you can see, the driver request is there, and he's looking for a driver location, so if he send here, it will appear. And now you can actually go ahead and cancel it, and only this customer request will disappear. So yeah, it is working just fine. Yeah. So yeah, that's all for today. As I said, next we are going to probably do the connection to GitHub, and then I can't even remember what I said. Well, I have to check it, but yeah, next will be the connection to GitHub. So yeah, that's all for today. Thank you all very much for watching. Please do leave a like and subscribe, it helps me a lot, and yeah, see you again tomorrow. Ciao. California.